Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. With 94% of all client transactions conducted online, CIBC says it's introducing a new digital platform called Ways to Bank. In a release, the company says all digital products would be in one place. It will be accessible on both mobile and desktop devices. Executive Director in charge of banking at CIBC Caribbean, Deepa Bosad, said personal and banking online and mobile banking transactions have increased by 27% since last year. Corporate online banking transactions have gone up by 11%. Over-the-counter or in-branch transactions have decreased by 23% year-on-year. Stakeholders are urging the government to fast-track its proposed rent-to-own housing policy. Assistant General Manager and Chief Development Financing Officer at the JN Group, Carlton Earl Samuels, says amidst increasing real estate prices, inflation and an uptick in mortgage rates, the policy could improve the prospects of home ownership.
In Jamaica, demand for housing is still greater than the supply, especially for houses at some price points. The real challenge is affordability. We can provide houses to them with a lease and establish criteria and conditions of how they can live in the house. And over time, give them an option to purchase the home. The rent they pay over the years could be considered as part payment for the house. This could be classified as a rent-to-own option. The focus can't only be at the middle and upper end. Houses not only to be looked at as an investment to provide a financial return, but also an investment to provide a social return.
In 2020-22, Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced that a rent-to-own program would be coming to ease the demand for housing. However, no timeline was provided. Meanwhile, Mr. Samuels is also calling for stricter regulations to address some of the challenges, including developers who continuously flout the rules. He also called on financiers to be thorough in their duties when engaging potential clients.
About 50% of the projects that come to me for financing have to dismiss because they get the approval. But when you go through all the documents, you see that what they are planning to build is different from what was approved. This means they are putting the financier and investor at risk. So I encourage all my colleagues in the financing sector to make sure you understand what you're financing.
He was responding to questions during a panel discussion at the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James. Foreign exchange trading ended today with banks and cambios selling the American dollar for an average $156.88. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $114.91. $198.73 is the average value of the pound, while the euro is going for $169.47. And to the stock market now, the JSE index increased by 140 points today, while the junior market gained 61 points. Among the 51 winners, Jetcon Corporation, Derrimont Trading Company, Sterling Investments US dollar shares, Everything Fresh, and MFS Capital Partners. The 36 decliners include 138 Student Living Jamaica VR Preference Shares, Epley Carbon Property Fund SCC, Stanley Motor, Elite Diagnostic, and Express Catering. 13 stocks traded firm. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.